Hey guys, this is Kelly. I am back with my first December daily process video. This is actually for last year's December daily, and I did this a few weeks ago and just haven't had a chance to get back to do the voiceover. I am using crepe paper Fa La La for this little spread, and I am going to lift myself. I frequently do pages like this in my December daily or something similar along the same lines. I love glassine envelopes and I love to put tags or photos in them. And for this page, what I want to do is document how I kind of drag my children along to see Santa. I have an album since that I started. Obviously took Patrick when he was a baby to, sit on Santa's lap. And I've done a 12 by 12 album documenting each year. And I want to do it for as long as I can do it. I've told them that the expectation is as long as I am paying for them to live, they can do this one little thing for me. So that's that. And their only concession is they won't sit in his lap, which that doesn't bother me at all. I just like to see how they change, and a Santa picture for mom, I don't think is much to ask. So on the page that I'm messing with the glassine envelope, I want to use that gorgeous tree. Oh my gosh, it's my favorite embellishment. The only thing I'm going to say about these crepe paper Fa La La, the chipboard pieces, the die cuts, all of the embellishments this year, either they're really big or they're tiny. And there's not a whole lot in between. So it's making it a little bit more difficult for me just because I like to use, smaller to medium things, not big. So in just a second, you're going to see that I switched the orientation of the bingo card and the tree. I just feel like it is more aesthetically pleasing to have the larger item on the right-hand side just to balance out the photo. On the photo itself, I printed it to size, and I'm not going to do anything in addition. I may go back and put like a label and, stamp a word, but at this point, I'm just kind of getting started. I haven't found my groove yet. I really haven't even dug down deep to start. Usually what happens is I'll have a day or two to where I can really crank out a few pages. With my life, with my schedule, with work, with things like that, it is just not realistic for me to do something daily, although I would love to be able to, because then I think it would be much easier to, find and maintain your groove. But I'm also not going to stress about it, and I also don't have to do things that happen daily. So, for me, if it's a story that I want to tell that happens on that day, that's great. If not, if it's a story that I want to tell that happened a month ago, that's okay as well. Or sometimes I've even been known to pull out older pictures of either myself or the kids and document that. So I keep it as stress-free as I can, because I have learned that if I try to make it to where I have a story per day on the day that it happened and set up these rigid rules, I just don't finish. I have like 3 or 4 unfinished December dailies that I really I'd like to at some point get done. So back to this page. I am going to keep it pretty simple. I put that star clip on top of the glassine envelope just for a little bit of extra something. I've layered that Merry Christmas tag over the tree, and that bingo card is the perfect little thing. I'm going to put, I believe it's a puffy sticker or something on the date. This was the 21st. And do something just to help delineate the date. I'm not a big stickler for that though. So what I'm trying to do is experiment with my ribbon just to see if I can do something a little bit different with the tag. I love adding ribbons and trims to my tags or the edges of my page or as a border, and anything that I can do to add color to my pages like that, I love to do. I didn't like the way that the crochet thread looked tied though, for whatever reason. It looked fine, it just, wasn't floating my boat that day. So I decided just to take out my Tim Holtz tiny attacher and just staple the ribbon to the tag. I am just going to journal quickly about off camera, I should say, just about how, you know, they do this to appease mom, but that's okay. And off camera, what I do is I stitch just in white stitching the 2 layers of the pattern paper just for a little bit more detail. I find that something like that for stitching adds a lot of visual interest without taking up a lot of bulk. I find that, you know, pages can quickly get thick if you keep on adding things, and stitching is a way for me to add my texture without really adding, you know, like I said, the bulk to where you can't close your album. The other thing that I do off camera is I add some washi tape to the bottom of the tag. I came back later and had thought of it, and I just pulled it out and added it real quickly. You will see it in the still shots at the end, and it's black, 2 different washi tapes, and I love the way that it looks peeking through the glassine envelope, and I just feel like that was one of those little details that just happened to really make the page. So that's it for me today. I am going to have some more. It will most likely be, you know, days like maybe 1 through 3 lumped together or something like that. I'm not sure. I haven't figured it out, but I will. So if you are a late person like me, never fear. I will be joining you, and we will get it done together. So I will see you guys soon. Have a great day. Bye.